Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe back with some more War Thunder Ground Forces. And today, rolling out in the M4A2 76mm Sherman tank. So this is once again the diesel engine Sherman, only really seeing service with the US Marine Corps, also used as a Lend-Lease vehicle. I believe you can get a premium version of this for the Russians, if you're into that kind of thing. But we are back on the Poland map. Contacts on the mini-map. Foxtrot 4. Golf 4. They're going to go onto that hill. The Germans love getting on that hill and trying to snipe at targets in the city. I'm actually going to try to skirt around here and find some more cover. So they love to just sit up there, use those long-range cannons. They're already taking fire, apparently. This is kind of the risky trip. Especially depends at what point in the match that you've entered. Sometimes you join a game late and they're already up there. I know that there is a way to set it so you can join the game when it starts, thanks to a couple of comments. But the problem is it makes it more difficult to get into a match if you set that option, especially if you're trying to play as an American tank. But anyways, it looks like we're taking the objective, which means the smart thing to do will be to hold the position. So, okay. Guy just shot at a wall. Anyway, first thing we'll do is just take a look at our surroundings and think about positioning. I'm going to get a little closer to the objective and hopefully not get shot from the left here, because sometimes they're just waiting for you to cross through these streets. I don't want to sit too far back, you know. I don't want to enter full-on camp mode. We do want to cover our allies. There is some combat going on, so we have a job to do. But we just need to figure out fields of fire. Like, see this opening here? We want to scan for hostiles along the tree line. A lot of MG fire, apparently. It looks like it's fairly closed off. We have to keep a good eye on the mini-map to make sure our allies stay within their positions, because they're really all that's protecting our flank. And if they get eliminated, then we're open from the left side. I'm going to move up this street because, you know, we are seeing kill text, so something's happening. It looks like we have a forward line. And this is typically what you see in these battles. They take the position and then they decide to push up. And they push up to the point where they get to the enemy spawn. The problem is sometimes you run into a counterattack where one team will wait for this to happen. They'll eliminate the first wave and then they'll attack the point and hold it. So you have to be really careful. Be patient. Again, though, there's a lot going on, and I would like to participate, so I am going to move up. I'm just not currently seeing any targets. It looks like it's happening up here. See if it can creep in. I check down these streets. There's a contact Golf 5 on the mini-map. It's an M6. Over here, once again, scan right. Shots out over here. And we have a capture going on. Okay. Got a jumbo over there, I think. I'm going to go through this side. Kind of exposing myself a little bit here, but... Tiger, tiger, tiger. Problem is there's somebody behind us. He's going to get flanked. They're engaging that tiger. There was something over here I had seen, but I think they got him. Alright, cut in. There's like 3 tanks on this tiger at this point. And yeah, he's dead. Okay. Now the problem is, I saw something out in this field on the mini-map, and I didn't want to... have our team get flanked by it, but I think somebody may have taken it out. Now I'm curious as to where the tiger came from. See, they've got the advantage because the sun is on their side, and so it's harder to see them. But in some cases it also does create a silhouette. Oh, Panzer, which I think is... I'm guessing dead. Bring her around, bring her around. There's armor coming from this side. M6A1 just got taken out. There's a target up on the hill there. Contact. Fire. And he's destroyed. Alright. In that situation, it's not necessarily about getting another shot while you're in the open. It's about driving into the next bit of cover so that he doesn't luck out and put a round through you. Those suckers can be tricky. Contact left. We almost have this. Let's see. Alright, they've got a target here. I just can't see it. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Yes, a hit.
They're behind him, so we can just
It serves him right.
keep pelting him a little bit. He's done. Contact Fox 4. That's something out here. I just don't see where. Behind a hill, maybe. But that's going to be the game. Okay. Good game, actually. Really good game. We had a good hard charge there at the end. Some nice momentum throughout the game. Always moving. Ooh, I got my new decal. I've been waiting for this one, actually. What else did we get? We got the fire prevention system on that one. Got some assistance on the Tiger, and then the one kill. Not a bad ranging shot. And we had some good kills by these players up here as well. No deaths. Very good job with these guys here. Some assists, good kills. A couple of casualties, of course, but this guy did pretty well for himself. 6 kills. Apparently no casualties. I wonder... I'm assuming... I would say that a player like this is probably sitting on a hill somewhere, sniping. Not that that's a bad thing, but it is an objective-based map. You do need to go in there and take the point and defend it, which is what we did. And that's what mattered to get that victory there. So, one thing I want to talk about when I'm purchasing items, I notice a lot of people say, "Oh, you can buy something." So, I have a little thing here that's checked: auto purchase modifications. So this is purchasable. When I hit, well, I'm going to research my next component, which is going to be this. When I hit finish, this will be auto purchased without me having to click on this. So just so you know, because a lot of people are like, why didn't you buy that? it's going to get auto purchased. So there's that. Anyway, M4A2 76mm wet stowage. That's what the W stands for. You can see that it does have the improved hull without the driver and bow gunner compartments protruding anymore. The problem is, of course, as I had mentioned in a previous video, the ammunition storage is not modeled correctly. This is a wet stowage tank, which means that this ammunition shouldn't be here, this ammunition shouldn't be here, ready rack ammo shouldn't be there. There should basically just be ammo storage bins on either side of the drive shaft here. And they are, of course, shells in tubes surrounded by water and a mixture of a couple of other chemicals to prevent rusting, so on and so forth. But that means that this tank is more vulnerable currently in-game than it was in real life. So a lot of tankers know to aim for these sponsons, and that's going to take you out instantly. Well, usually, depending on the round. So, in any case, I have submitted a bug report for that. Hopefully it gets looked at. And otherwise, just, cover your tank as much as possible. Use the terrain as extra armor. Don't show your sides. I mean, that goes without saying. If you're in this vehicle, if you're in any vehicle, cover yourself up as much as possible, no matter what, no matter where your ammo is stored. It's just common sense at that point. You want to protect this tank as much as possible and maintain those angles. You have this slope here that you can use to your advantage, angle it even more. The 76mm guns, definitely an improvement over the 75 M3. You're going to get more velocity, more accuracy. You can engage targets further out. But don't expect any miracles. It wasn't necessarily the final solution for American tankers, even in World War II, so you definitely shouldn't expect it to be in this video game, mostly because a crew can take one hell of a beating. Now, I believe there was a patch maybe a month or 2 months ago where they had stated the crews can now take more damage from shrapnel and fragmentation, which is unfortunate. I am against that change. I think most people are. Tank crews can just survive for a ridiculous amount of time, especially depending on the vitality that they have in their crew skills. So even with the 76mm upgrade, you might have to continue to pour it on them. Think about where the ammunition racks are on the German tanks. Really memorize the Panther and Tiger stowage. Go for that side armor. It's really soft. Think about where that's at. The Sherman tank against 75mm, even though it's been nerfed, it can still pen your gun shield or gun mantlet. And a lot of times what will happen is the round will pass through, it'll break up in the turret and spray downward and hit ammunition. So it's not just about taking out the crew or the gun, but it's going to hit a lot of the broken ammunition placement within the tank. As I said, should be in armored stowage bins surrounded by water. When that's the case, maybe the later tier Shermans will have more survivability, but currently most German tankers, Tigers, Panthers, they're aiming for your gun mantlet. They want to knock out your gunner, commander, and they want to knock out your gun, and they know that they can pen a large percentage of the time. And on top of that, this video game affords us certain luxuries that I think cater towards the game's inaccuracies. For example, we have a mouse. They didn't have a mouse in the turret back then for precision accuracy. They weren't able to necessarily hit a lot of the weak points that we're hitting today, aiming at machine gun ports and little areas like driver slits and things like that. Sure, would they maybe perhaps try to target those areas? Of course, if they had the time. But more often than not, you're in a firefight. Your life is on the line. You're responsible for a crew. You just gotta shoot as quickly as possible. Maybe you're on the move. Maybe you're attacking. You don't have the time to sit there and precision aim for a little weak spot that you've somehow figured out. Okay? And then maybe you didn't even have all the knowledge of the weak points. You had a little bit of information provided to you from some sort of reconnaissance that probably got to you a year late. You know, you didn't have all these luxuries. You didn't have the internet to look something up and figure out, oh, okay, there's the weak spot. I saw it on a YouTube video. Just hit it there. It was like, no, there's a big-ass German tank in front of us with an 88mm gun who's going to blast us to smithereens. Hit that sucker as hard as you can now. Shoot it in the side. Hit it in the rear. That was as far as it went. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that Gaijin needs to take away our mouse controls or anything, but I do hope that they eventually add real-world optics. You know, if a tank had only a 2x magnification, then that's what it should have in the video game, and that gunner will just need to familiarize themselves with that weapon system and excel. But anyways, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, continue to play the game your way. Make sure you have the best time possible, and I will definitely see you on the next one.